Story of Prambanan Temple. Hi, I'm Saka, your guide to the wonders of Indonesia, from majestic temples and ancient traditions to sizzling street food and hidden paradise islands. I'm here to share stories you've never heard about a country full of color, culture, and charm. Today, I'll take you on a journey into the heart of Indonesia to discover one of the most magnificent Hindu temples in the world, Prambanan. It's more than just ancient stone. It's a story of devotion, forgotten glory, and timeless beauty. So, let's travel back over 1,000 years and see how it all began. The story of Prambanan begins in the 9th century, during a time of shifting power in central Java. After decades of Buddhist dominance by the Sailendra Dynasty, the Sanjaya Dynasty, devout followers of Hinduism rose to reclaim influence. They envisioned a great temple complex dedicated to the Trimurti, Brahma the creator, Vishnu the preserver, and Shiva the destroyer. Prambanan wasn't just a temple, it was a political statement. Built around 850 AD, it symbolized the revival of Hinduism and the Sanjaya Dynasty's strength. The site they chose was strategic, close to rival Borobudur, yet distinct in religion, design, and philosophy. With astonishing skill, artisans shaped volcanic rock into intricate reliefs, towers, and chambers. The main temple, dedicated to Shiva Mahadeva, rose 47 meters into the sky, its silhouette echoing the peaks of mythical Mount Meru. Construction likely began under King Rakai Pikatan and continued through generations. Each carving tells a piece of cosmic mythology, while the temple's layout reflects the sacred Hindu universe, orderly, layered, and aligned to the heavens. At the heart of the complex lies the Grand Shiva Shrine. Within its walls stands a statue of Shiva, calm and majestic, surrounded by niches honoring Ganesha, Durga, and Agastya. These aren't just sculptures, they are embodiments of divine stories, etched into the spiritual landscape of Java. The silence within these stone chambers once echoed, with prayers and offerings. High priests performed rituals, while pilgrims arrived bearing fruit, flowers, and fire for the gods. Prambanan stood not in isolation, but at the heart of a thriving civilization. The Mataram kingdom spanned fertile plains and vibrant trade routes. Temples like Plao San and Sewu surrounded Prambanan, forming a sacred landscape of both Hindu and Buddhist monuments. Here, religion and politics danced together, each stone laid with devotion and each temple erected with a purpose, to connect the divine with the earthly realm. Welcome to one of the grandest Hindu temple complexes ever built. The central temple, dedicated to Shiva, soars over 47 meters into the sky, flanked by temples for Vishnu and Brahma. This symmetrical layout reflects not only spiritual balance, but also cosmic harmony, one of the core principles in Hindu architecture. Every surface tells a story. Over 1,000 relief panels were carved with scenes from Hindu epics, like the Ramayana. These carvings were more than art. They were sacred teachings, etched into stone for future generations to admire and learn from. The layout itself is brilliant. In total, there were originally 240 temples arranged in geometric precision. Sadly, many have collapsed over time, but the core shrines still stand as a breathtaking reminder of ancient Javanese mastery in engineering and spirituality. After centuries of neglect and a powerful earthquake in the 16th century, much of Prambanan lay in ruins. But in the 20th century, efforts began to rebuild it, stone by stone. Today, restoration continues as a tribute to heritage and resilience. In its prime, Prambanan was more than a temple. It was the heart of a spiritual city. Every morning, devotees arrived with offerings, flowers, fruits, and incense, filling the air with fragrance and chants. Priests conducted rituals with solemn grace, their voices echoing through stone halls. It was here that gods were honored and blessings sought for harvests, health, and harmony. Just beyond the sacred grounds, the outer courtyard thrived with life. Markets buzzed with traders and craftsmen selling offerings, stone carvings, and ritual tools. Prambanan wasn't isolated. It pulsed with economic and cultural life, drawing communities from across the kingdom. Pilgrimage, trade, and artistry flourished side by side. The temple was also a place of knowledge. Brahmins and scholars taught sacred texts and philosophy to eager students under banyan trees or shaded courtyards. This was where wisdom passed from generation to generation, where the mind was shaped as much as the spirit. Festivals brought the temple to life, magnificent processions, music, and dance celebrating the divine. People gathered in joy, their hearts united by faith and tradition. These rituals weren't just religious, they were communal moments of wonder, binding the kingdom in sacred celebration. Among the many tales of Prambanan, none is more haunting than that of Roro Jonggrang, the princess of Boko, as beautiful as she was clever. She lived in the palace that once stood on the nearby hill, where her father, King Boko, ruled. After his fall in battle, a new prince would seek her hand and her kingdom. The warrior prince, Bandung Bondowoso, proposed to Roro Jonggrang, She refused, but he insisted, so she set a trap. "Build 1,000 temples in one night," she said, "and I will marry you." Unwilling to give up, Bandung summoned spirits and demons to complete the task before dawn, and the impossible began to take shape. But Roro Jonggrang had her own magic. She woke the villagers early, burning straw, pounding rice, making the spirits believe dawn had come. Tricked, they vanished into the earth, leaving the final temple unfinished. The prince was furious and heartbroken. To this day, locals believe the statue of Durga Mahisasura Mardini. Inside the Shiva temple is none other than Roro Jonggrang, frozen in time, her legend etched forever into stone. But time spares no kingdom. In the 16th century, a great earthquake shook the land. Towers crumbled, carvings shattered, and the mighty temple of Shiva was silenced. Nature reclaimed what man had built. In just minutes, centuries of devotion fell into ruin. For generations, the temple lay hidden, swallowed by earth and forest. The people moved on, and Prambanan became a ghost of its former self. Legends replaced facts. What was once the crown of a kingdom became little more than a myth. Yet memory endured in poems, in chronicles, and in whispers. The name Prambanan never fully disappeared, waiting for someone to listen once more. The temple slept, but not forever. In the early 1800s, Dutch explorers stumbled upon something astonishing: stone towers peeking through the jungle. Curiosity turned into obsession. Their sketches and journals marked the beginning of Prambanan's second life, a rebirth from the soil of time. Restoration began stone by stone, memory by memory. It was delicate, daunting work, not rebuilding but revealing what once was. It would take decades of patience, study, and cultural care to return Prambanan to the world. And rise it did grander, wiser, and ready to speak again. Prambanan was no longer a relic, it became a beacon of resilience. A living reminder of a civilization that once reached toward the heavens. Today, Prambanan stands not just as a monument, but as a living space welcoming millions from around the world to walk among its sacred stones. Cameras click, voices echo, yet the ancient silence still lingers, reminding us we are guests in a realm of gods. On special nights, the story of Rama and Shinta comes alive under the moonlight, with Prambanan as the eternal backdrop. It's not just art, it's memory in motion, culture breathed into flame and silk. Outside the temple walls, local life thrives. Artisans sell crafts, children chase kites, and stories flow from lips to ears like a river of heritage. Prambanan is more than a ruin. It's a rhythm that beats across generations. As the sun sets, the temple casts long shadows over the land. Shadows not of endings, but of stories waiting to be told. Because Prambanan is alive and always will be. From silent stones to dancing shadows, Prambanan speaks of devotion, art, and the spirit of a people who reached for the divine. And this is only one tale from the heart of Indonesia. There are so many more waiting for us to listen.